Hello, my name is Tyler Goldman, and the purpose of this video is to help you tune your violins at home without a teacher's help. First, what you will need is you will need a electric tuner, or you will need a tuning app like on your phone. I like using a tuning app called ClearTune. It looks kind of like that. I think it just works the best for violins. Also, what you will need is a quiet place. Um, any sound in the background will affect the tuner, and even me talking will affect the tuner. What you will need to know are the names of the strings, which are the thinnest is the E string, A string, D string, and G string. And I think your students will be able to help with that. Also, when you go up in letters, A through G, it means you're tightening the string. If you travel down through letters, it means you're loosening the string. Yeah. Also, when you're tuning, you want to try to avoid going too high, as in you make the string too tight, because the string can break if you go too tight. Also, whenever you're making adjustments, do it slowly and only make small adjustments. Okay. Now, the strings again are E, A, D, and G. And when you tune, you want to always start with the A string because it is the center of all the tension in the violin. So always start with the A string. So you go A, then D, then G, then the E string. E string is last. And you always repeat. So you tune once, A, D, G, and E, and then you do it again, A, D, G, and E. Okay? Also, whenever you're tuning with the pegs or tuning with the fine tuners, you're always playing the string as you're doing it. Okay? For two purposes. One, so that you can tell with the fine tuner, with the tuning app or electric tuner, how close you are to the note you're trying to reach, but also so you don't go too high and not note it and break the string. Okay. Also, fine tuners are for small adjustments, and pegs are for big adjustments. Now, I recommend trying to use the fine tuners whenever possible. Pegs are more like a last resort. Okay. But sometimes, so righty-tighty, lefty-loosey on the fine tuners. Sometimes if you only use the fine tuners for a long time, then they go all the way down, and then you can't go any tighter. So what you have to do there, you have to loosen the fine tuner all the way, loosen it, and then use the peg to adjust. Okay. Now here will be an example of me tuning this student instrument. Okay. So I'll start with the A string. I'm looking at my tuner. So it says I'm at F sharp, so I need to tune it higher. So I'm going to use the fine tuner and turn it righty-tighty to make the note go higher. So I need to get to an A, and my fine tuner is all the way down, and it won't go any tighter. So that means I have to loosen up the fine tuner. And I should go as far as it can go. Okay, and now I tune with the peg. Now with the peg, when you turn, you have to push it into the peg box as you do it, or else it will slip. And I'm going to play my A string as I do it. Now my tuner says I'm just below an A. So now I'm really close using the using the peg, I'm going to now use the fine tuner. Okay, now I'm on an A. So now I go to the D string next. And it's quite low as well. It says I'm at a C. So I'm going to adjust my my fine tuner all the way out. And now I use the peg. And again, I'm turning and pushing into the peg box. This may take a little bit of muscle. Younger students might not be able to do it. So parents, I ask you to help them if they ever have to use the pegs. Okay, now I'm really close to a D, and now I use my fine tuners to get myself the rest of the way there to a D. Okay, now I go to my G string, and it too is really low. So I'm gonna try using only my fine tuner. So I'm not gonna make it. My fine tuner is all the way down, and I didn't reach a G yet. So I have to loosen my fine tuner up all the way. And now I'm going to use my peg here. Okay, now I'm really close to a G. I'll use my fine tuner now. Okay, now my G is in tune. Now I'm going to go to my E string. So it's very, very low. So I'm going to use my fine tuner. And remember, use my peg. Whenever you use the peg, remember to do small turns. There, I'm pretty close. Now I'll use my fine tuner. Okay. Now that I've tuned it once, I have to go over all the strings again. So I'll go back to my A string. And now all I have to do now is use my fine tuners. Okay, now my D. And now my G. And now my E. There we go. Now my student violin, which I haven't tuned for at least a year, is now in tune. Okay. So I hope that helps you. That's all I got. Thank you.